In engineering physics, under fiber optics or optical fibers, let us look at the solutions for some of the numericals given in the university examinations. For example, look at this problem. An optical fiber has a core material of refractive index 1.55 and cladding material of refractive index 1.50, and light is launched into it in air. Calculate its numerical aperture. So what is given? Refractive index of core is given, refractive index of cladding is given. Refractive index is represented as n value. So n1 and n2 are given. Refractive index of core n1 is 1.55 and refractive index of cladding n2 is 1.50. So we were asked to calculate numerical aperture NA. So there is a relation between numerical aperture NA and n1 and n2. If you recollect the formula, numerical aperture NA is nothing but square root of n1 square minus n2 square. So using that formula, we can calculate the numerical aperture. So let us find out first what is given. So given that refractive index of the core n1 as 1.55. Similarly, refractive index of cladding n2 as 1.50. So we were asked to calculate numerical aperture. So numerical aperture is represented as NA. So using the formula NA as square root of n1 square minus n2 square. So that will be square root of 1.55 whole square minus 1.5 whole square. It comes to around 1.55 whole square is square root of 2.40 and 0.5 is 2.25. So the result will be square root of 0.15. Therefore, numerical aperture is approximately 0.39. This is the answer for this question. Now let us look at another problem. Calculate the angle of acceptance of a given optical fiber if the refractive index of the core and cladding are 1.563 and 1.498 respectively. That means refractive index of core N1 is given, refractive index of cladding N2 is given. We were asked to find out acceptance angle, that is theta A. So it won't come directly. First, from these two refractive indices, we need to calculate the numerical aperture NA using this formula. And from NA, sine inverse of that NA will give you the acceptance angle theta A. That's how we shall proceed. So let us note down what is given. N1 is given, N2 is given. So from N1 and N2, we have to find out acceptance angle theta A. But the formula says theta A is equal to sine inverse of NA. So therefore, first we shall try to find the NA value. What is NA value? Square root of n1 square minus square root of n1 square minus n2 square. That is square root of 1563 whole square minus 1.498 whole square. So if you simplify, NA will come to around square root of 0.1989, which is 0.446. This 0.446 we will substitute for NA in this formula to get the required acceptance angle. So therefore now based on NA value, we shall proceed to get theta A as sine inverse of NA, that is sine inverse of NA found as 0.446. So from logarithm natural sines, we can find this value as 26 degrees 29 minutes. You need to understand how to find angles in terms of degrees and minutes from a value, fractional value given using natural sines from logarithmic table. And using that technique, we can find the angle as 26 degrees 29 minutes. This is the acceptance angle of the optical fiber when the refractive indices of core and cladding are like this. So based on that, we calculated the numerical aperture and substituted numerical aperture value in the acceptance angle formula to get the value as 26 degrees 29 minutes. This is the solution for this problem. Let us look at another problem. Calculate the fractional index change for a given optical fiber if the refractive indices of core and cladding are 1.563 and 1.498 respectively. Fractional index change. Fractional change in the indices, otherwise known as it. That means change in N1 and N2 values. So what is given here? 1.563 is the refractive index of core, that is N1 value. 1.498 is the refractive index of cladding, that is N2 value. What we are asked to find? We were asked to find the fractional change, that means N1 difference N2 we have to find. Delta value we have to find. Delta is nothing but fractional change in the refractive indices. So let us note down what is given. So these are the values that are given. N1 value is given as 1.563 and N2 value is given as 1.498. So we were asked to find out fractional change in indices, that is delta value. So that can be found like this. Delta is nothing but N1 minus N2 by N1. That is 1.563 minus 1.498 by 1.563. That if you substitute, you will get 0.065 by 1.563. If you simplify that, this is the fractional change value, 0.0416. This is the fractional change in the refractive indices. Okay, let us look at yet another problem. Look at this. The refractive indices of core and cladding materials of a step index fiber are 1.48 and 1.45 respectively. Calculate numerical aperture, acceptance angle, the critical angle at the core cladding interface, and fractional refractive indices change. So 4 values are to be computed. The first thing you have to understand is what is given. Refractive index of core, that is N1, is given as 1.48. Refractive index of core cladding, N2, is given as 1.45. So we were asked to calculate numerical aperture. First stage, numerical aperture, that is NA value. Using the formula square root of N1 square minus N2 square, we can calculate numerical aperture. So once you know numerical aperture, sine inverse of this numerical aperture will give you theta A, that is the acceptance angle. And based on the ratio between N1 and N2, you can calculate the critical angle. Like that, we will calculate one by one. So let us note down what is given. This is what is given. 1.48 as core refractive index, 1.45 as cladding refractive index. From this, we will calculate numerical aperture. Numerical aperture is represented as NA. So what we know as a formula for NA, these are the things which we are asked to calculate. First, numerical aperture NA, acceptance angle theta A, critical angle theta C, fractional refractive indices delta. All these 4 values were asked to be computed. Remember, there is an interesting phenomena here. All of them are interrelated. So if you want, for example, if you want to calculate theta A, you need to know NA. If you want to calculate theta C, you can use these two. Like that we should follow. So let us first calculate numerical aperture. So this is the standard value for numerical aperture. What is the standard value for numerical aperture? Numerical aperture is nothing but square root of N1 square minus N2 square. That is square root of 1.48 whole square minus 1.45 whole square. So if you expand 1.48, it will be 2.1904 minus 1.45 square is 2.1025. So the difference under square root is 0.0879. So if you bring it out from the root, it will be 0.2965. This is the value for numerical aperture which is asked to be found. Understood? Now we will go for acceptance angle. Acceptance angle is nothing but theta A. This is the sine inverse of NA if you recollect. So that is the next step. Theta A is nothing but sine inverse of NA. That is sine inverse of Na what we found just now, 0.2965. Again, as I said in number of times, I told you that you have to be familiar with obtaining values in degrees and minutes from a fractional decimal value, looking at logarithm tables of natural sines and cosines. So from that, sine inverse of 0.2965 can be equal to 17 degrees 14 minutes. So therefore, we have found numerical aperture value. Based on that, we found acceptance angle. Now we will also need to find out critical angle at core cladding interface, and thereafter fractional change. That is theta c to be found and then delta to be found. Let us go for theta c. This is the value for theta c, critical angle. Critical angle theta c is nothing but, as per the standard formula, sine inverse of n2 by n1. That is sine inverse of 1.45 by 1.48. So if you simplify this fraction, it will come to around as sine inverse of 1.45 by 1.48 is 0.9797. Sine inverse of this is found to be 78 degrees 26 minutes. This is the answer for critical angle theta c. Now we have to calculate finally the fractional change in the refractive indices, that is delta value. Again, standard value delta means. Delta is n1 minus n2 by n1, that is 1.48 minus 1.45 by 1.48. So 1.48 minus 1.45 is 0.03. Therefore, the answer will be 0.03 by 1.48, which when simplified comes to around 0.02. So as asked, based on refractive indices of core and cladding, we were able to find out numerical aperture, acceptance angle, critical angle, and fractional change in the refractive index, whatever that is asked. So if you see the problem, what are the things that are asked? Numerical aperture, we found. Acceptance angle, we got. Critical angle, we calculated. And then fractional refractive indices change, we computed. So this is the solution for this problem. Let us look at solving yet another problem. The numerical aperture of an optical fiber is 0.39. If the difference in the refractive indices of material of its core and cladding is 0.05, calculate the refractive index of material of the core. That means numerical aperture is given. Na value is given as 0.39. The difference in the refractive indices, that is n1 minus n2 is given. So using Na and n1 minus n2, we have to calculate n1 value. That means using Na, we will have to have an expression. And with the difference of refractive index, you will have another expression. By solving those two expressions, we can get the value of n1, because we were asked to find the refractive index of the material of the core. Refractive index of core is taken as n1, refractive index of cladding is taken as n2. So n1 minus n2 is given and Na is given. From those two, we have to find out refractive index of core, that is n1 value is to be found. So let us note down what is given. Numerical aperture is given, Na value as 0.39, and difference in the refractive indices of core and cladding, n1 minus n2 value is given as 0.05. So we were asked to find the refractive index of the core. So Na, we know very well, it is square root of n1 square minus n2 square. So that value we are knowing. Na is noted as n1 square minus n2 square. This we can manipulate as, this is a square minus b square. Therefore, you can write it as a plus b into a minus b, because a minus b is already given. So therefore, we can write this as square root of n1 minus n2 into n1 plus n2. Now, Na is given 0.39, n1 minus n2 is given 0.05. So therefore, we can substitute those values. So when you substitute these values for this, for Na, you can write 0.39. So 0.39 is equal to square root of n1 minus n2, 0.5 into n1 plus n2. Understood? Now, you want n1 plus n2 from this. So square it out first. So squaring on both sides. So what will happen? 0.39 whole square is equal to 0.05 into n1 plus n2. Therefore, n1 plus n2 will become what? After squaring on either side, n1 plus n2 will become 0.39 whole square by 0.05. Is it not? Same thing I have done here. So from this expression, I am getting n1 plus n2. That is 0.39 whole square by 0.5. So 0.39 whole square will give you a value of 0.1521 divided by 0.5. So n1 plus n2 is found to be 3.042. n1 plus n2 is found to be 3.042. Why we are doing all these things? We are doing this because we want to know n1. Already n1 minus n2 is given as 0.05. Now we found n1 plus n2. So adding these two, n1 will be coming, na? So that is what I am trying. So from this we calculated n1 plus n2 as 3.042. Already we know n1 minus n2 equal to 0.05. Just add these two. So by adding all these things, already this is given. So adding these two, you will have 2n1 is equal to 3.092. Therefore, n1 equal to 3.092 by 2. So therefore, ultimately, the refractive index of the core is found to be 1.546. So n1 is 1.546. Similarly, you can find n2 also. So that will give you the difference. Understood or not? So this is how this problem can be solved. So let us look at solving yet another problem given in the university examinations. Like, calculate the refractive index of core and cladding of an optical fiber with a numerical aperture of 0.33 and their fractional difference of refractive index being 0.02. Calculate the refractive indices of core and cladding of an optical fiber with a numerical aperture of 0.33 and their fractional difference of refractive indices being 0.02. That means what is given? Numerical aperture Na is given as 0.33 and fractional difference of refractive index delta is given as 0.02. What is delta? Delta is n1 minus n2 by n1. Na is given. So let us note down what is given. Na is given as 0.33 and delta is given as 0.02. Now what is Na? Delta you can find. Delta is nothing but delta given means delta is nothing but n1 minus n2 by n1. That is 0.02 is given. So from this you can find Na value as Na is nothing but n1 into square root of 2 delta. From there you can find n1 as by cross multiplying Na by square root of 2 delta. Na is given, delta is given. That just you need to substitute that value. So therefore, n1 will be 0.22 by square root of 2 into square root of 0.202. That will be 1.1. Now this is one thing. This is 0.22 only. So this is also 0.22 only. So therefore, when you substitute those values, automatically you will have 0.22 by square root of 2 into 0.02. That will be 1.1. That is only n1 value. But we have to calculate the core and cladding refractive indices. So therefore, from this relation, we can find that 0.22 is equal, using this relation, N1 minus N2 by N1. So you can equate. Delta is given as 0.22. N1 we calculated as 1.1. N2 we have to find out. N1 is 1.1. So simplify. You will get N2 as 1.11 minus 0.02. Therefore N2 will be 1.078. So this is the answer to this question. Because this is 0.22. Numerical aperture is supposed to be taken as 0.22. Please remember. At that time it was given wrongly in the university paper. Later it was found that it was wrong. Therefore, the actual value of numerical aperture is 0.22. So that we corrected. And finally we got the value of refractive index of core as well as cladding as asked. Look at another problem. An optical fiber has a diameter of 60 micrometers and numerical aperture of 0.45. Calculate the number of modes for an operating wavelength of 10 micrometers. Single mode, multi-mode I have explained in fibers. Based on that it has been asked. Let us look at the problem. What is given? An optical fiber has a diameter of 60 micrometers and a numerical aperture of 0.45. Calculate the number of modes for an operating wavelength of 10 micrometer. That means the diameter of the fiber is given, D value, as 60 micrometers. So when diameter is given, you can calculate the radius. Fiber radius is represented as a small a. So therefore, if D equal to 60 micrometers, small a, that is the radius of the fiber, is equal to D by 2, that is 30 micrometers. Of course, micrometers we convert into meters. Apart from that, numerical aperture NA is given as 0.45. 0.45 is the numerical aperture. And he is saying that 10 micrometers, this 10 micrometers is nothing but the wavelength lambda. So you can convert micrometers into meters. Now we were asked to find out number of possible modes, capital V value. So we have to find out what is given, V to be found. So A is given from D, that is diameter is given, radius we can calculate, numerical aperture is given, wavelength is given, modes V is to be found. So there is a relation between all these three. What is that? Just see this. Diameter 60 micrometers is given. So from diameter we can find the radius of the fiber. Radius is represented, as I said, A. A is nothing but D by 2. This is 30 micrometers. 30 micrometers means you can convert into meters. 30 into 10 power minus 6 meters. Similarly, numerical aperture NA is given as 0.45 and wavelength is given. Wavelength is given as 10 micrometers. So we converted that micrometers into meters. That is 10 into 10 power minus 6 meters. So what we were asked to find out? We were asked to find out number of possible modes, V value. So A value is known, NA is given, lambda is given, V is to be found. So V should have a relation among them. So therefore, using the formula for possible modes, V is equal to 2 pi by lambda into A into NA. Understood? This is a standard formula from fibers. So V is to be calculated. That is 2 pi by lambda. Lambda is 10 into 10 power minus 6 into A. A is taken as 30 into 10 power minus 6 meters because radius is given as 60 microns. So diameter is 60 microns means radius is 30 microns. So 30 microns this is. So this is radius into NA. NA is 0.45. So that if you simplify it, you will get V as 9.21. Generally when we represent the number of possible modes, it will be rounded to the nearest integer, not a fraction. Therefore 9.21, it is approximately 0.21 means less than 0.5. Therefore the number of possible modes could be rounded to the nearest lowest integer, that is 9. So the number of possible modes found are 9. This is the answer for this question. This is another question which is asked a number of times. An optical fiber of 1 megawatt is guided into the optical fiber of length 100 meter. If the output power at the other end is 0.3 megawatt, calculate the fiber attenuation. We were asked to calculate the fiber attenuation. That is alpha value we have to calculate. What is given? Input power. Since he is using the word power, therefore the unit is in watt. So power input is given, power output is given, length is given. Power input is given as 1 megawatt. Power output is given as 0.3 megawatt. Length is given as 100 meters. So we were asked to calculate fiber attenuation alpha. So let us note down what is given. Given that power in is given as 1 megawatt. Input power is represented as P in. Output power is represented as P out. So P in is therefore given as 1 megawatt. P out is therefore given as 0.3 milliwatt. Milliwatt, sorry, it's not megawatt, it is milliwatt. Mega, it is capital M. So input power is 1 milliwatt, output power is 0.3 milliwatt. So input is P in is 1 milliwatt and P out is 0.3 milliwatt. Length is given as what? Length is given as 100 meters. So we have to convert into kilometers. This is 0.1 kilometers. Okay. Now we have to calculate fiber attenuation. Fiber attenuation is represented as alpha. Okay. Now there is a formula for fiber attenuation alpha involving these three variables, P in, P out and L. So it is nothing but 10 by L into log of P in by P out. That is the formula. Recollect that. Power calculation, fiber attenuation loss. Attenuation is nothing but signal loss representation in communication. So this is alpha is equal to 10 by L log P in by P out. So L is given, P in is given, P out is given. Just put those values. So when you put 10 by 0.1, length should be in kilometers. That's why you converted. Log 1 by 0.3. That is coming to around 52.29 decibels per kilometer. The fiber attenuation is found to be 52.29 decibels per kilometer. So this is how university related numericals can be solved. Now if you summarize the entire fiber optics, questions could be like this. From the university angle, there may be short answers and there may be long answer questions. So when you look at short answers in optical fibers, you might be getting questions like in the university examination. So what is an optical fiber? Mention the basic principles in the propagation of light signal through an optical fiber. Or what are the important parts of a fiber structure? What is meant by an acceptance angle? What is its significance? What is meant by an acceptance core? And what is that cone signifies? Acceptance cone and its significance. What are the various types of optical fibers, like step index and graded index? What is fiber optics endoscopy? Role of optical fibers in sensors, like that. If you look at an essay question like, explain the construction and working principle of an optical fiber, obtain the expression for numerical aperture and acceptance angles of an optical fiber, explain the various types of optical fibers, explain the attenuation and losses in optical fibers, describe optical fiber communication system, write down the applications of optical fibers in communication, mention the applications of optical fibers in sensors, similarly mention the applications of optical fibers in medicine, like that. Similar questions can be posed in the university examination theory paper. So if you are thorough with the video sessions and also solve these problems, you can attempt the examination very well. All the best.